Welcome to my July plot tour. It's grey, not raining at the moment, but you could say your typical British summer. Come see how the plot's doing. It's not perfect, but it is producing. So this flower bed needs some work. There is some geraniums, some daisy flowers and other things, but it needs taming. I need to trim this, I think it's a winter honeysuckle, so that needs some work. Here, these cabbages are forming nicely. They're not heading up yet, but they will in another, month or so, hopefully. So, yep, let's pull that down. Still haven't got my strawberries planted out or leeks. These cabbages have gone nuts. Again, it's the purple ones. Not the easiest to show you, but I have been taking cauliflower and broccoli from in here. Ooh, over there is a small broccoli head. Hopefully you're able to see that. Here in this very poorly netted brassica tent, I have what is it? I think it's technically a cauliflower, not a broccoli. The Romanesco. There's another one there. That broccoli head needs harvesting. There's a small one there. I'll have to see whether that's an offshoot or a main head. That Romanesco needs picking. Here, I never got to show my carrots, so I got to clean up the bindweed, but it's just a forest of parsnip. I've still got some beans climbing up here, but I picked a lot of them the other day. Oh, here's one. So hopefully it'll produce a few more. Kale, that's done really well this year. Can't keep up with eating it. That cabbage looks like it's almost ready to pick. I've already got 3 in the fridge. Potatoes, they need harvesting. I've already harvested that bed beyond, but by the looks of the leaves, I'd say this is the next bed to harvest. Carrots in the pots on the side, I've thinned them out, so hopefully I should get some okay size carrots. It's the first year in a long time I've been successful with carrots. Okay, more potatoes. So yeah, unfortunately bindweed is still going nuts, so I'm still tackling it. There's supposed to be some beans in there. There are some bean plants and the occasional beans. Dwarf green beans, I've picked a lot of them, so they might be just about finished. And I've only had 2 courgettes. I thought one was supposed to be inundated with courgettes. They've not liked that position, so I don't have lots of them. That looks like powdery mildew. Oh well. Herb bed. Well, the 2 replacement lavenders, they're surviving. Cola plant surviving. That was the curry plant. I chopped that back. The, what do we call it? whatever this is. Winter savoury I cut back, so that's pushing up again now. Oh look, the bees are loving this. It smells really fragrant as well. That is... well, it's not lemon thyme, what is it? I've forgotten. Anyway. Chives need to cut back. Runner beans are producing nicely. I've already picked a load. There's a load more. Lots of flowers up there. So, not the prettiest, but it is producing. In the greenhouse, I have tomatoes. The suckers have gone a bit nuts, because I haven't pruned for a while. They need a good water. I think hence the curly leaves. Looks like that might be spider mite on the cucumber. Oh well. It's probably got too dry in here. So we'll see. We've got Tigerella there. So I've got some tomatoes that are red that I can pick today. These mints, they're so tough. Despite all that heat, they've still survived. Now I have got a lovely big tomato there. Let's see if I can see what variety it is. It is, that's Paul Robinson. That did well last year as well. That looks like a plum variety over there. Not all of these are doing brilliantly. Looks like some of the branches are getting too heavy, but because I've got this black plastic, they're not rotting on the floor. Okay, into what I call the wild. Okay, rhubarb surviving. The wildlife keeps kicking this bark all over the place, but the comfrey plant I planted in the middle there is surviving. Ooh, those apples actually look quite good. They don't look all diseased, so I'm pleased with that. This plum needs way too much work. It's way too high, way too bushy. And somewhere in the background over there is a pear tree, and it looks like I've got some pears, so I'm going to have to cut my way to it. Look at the massive blackberries. Definitely blackberry season. Again, flower bed is a bit crazy. I'm sure the wildlife like it, but it's not quite how I want it. Sweet corn. This end looks lovely. Big corns. Tall, not the tallest I've ever had, but slightly taller than me. But as soon as you go past the first 3 rows, the other half of the bed gradually gets shorter and shorter. So not so great. I don't know if that's to do with roots coming over from next door or nutrients. Now in here is my brassica cage. It is a little crazy in here. Most of these are purple spouting broccoli. There's 2 tongdine kales. There's some dwarf curly kale down there. A bit of Cavolo Nero over there. Some carrots over there. So something's eating. I don't know if that's slugs or caterpillars, but I can live with that. The poppies have gone totally over. I need to kind of pull them out and scatter something else there. Now these are my squash plants. I need to tie them in. They're gone a bit crazy. Well, these ones not so much. All the peas are totally over now. But here, because you can see I can't quite get in. I think that's, no, it's not honey boat, it's a different one. So, I think it's supposed to be sweeter. But yeah, they're all kind of muddled up. I do have labels, but of course I muddled up planting them out. So knowing what's what is a bit fun. So I've got some squash forming. Oh, why did that have to form on the metal? I'm going to end up with a hole and it probably rotting. Oh well. That one's hanging down nicely. Look at the size of that squash. That's lovely. Over here, ooh. No. Let's try and guess at that variety. Don't know. Now I know which one this one is. That's Uchuki Curry. Definitely. And then here, that's a bit crazy. All this growth should be climbing up there. Looks like the tayberry's gone over, so I've got to tame that wildness. Take out all the branches that have fruited and tie in the others. My soft fruit area is a bit of a disaster this year. The wildlife's got to most of it. That's okay. I picked loads and loads last year. Yeah, it looks like the currants are finished. I do have a few raspberries, especially these lovely golden ones. Yep, no bugs in there. Right, so that would be autumn raspberries. I'm having to tackle bindweed and cinquefoil. Pain, absolute pain. This was the summer raspberries, so they're totally over. Unfortunately, look, that's happened in the last 2 weeks. It's gone nuts like that. So I don't want brambles across my patio area. I need to plant out the leeks. They are desperate to go out. Oh, my poor Swede, I've kind of given up on them. And last, the little bit of flowers that's neglected is here, where the rabbits can get to them. Not really much sweet peas. I don't think that's a successful thing to grow up there. That looks like Crocosmia. That's alright. The hellebore there, geranium and daylily. All came from the compost heap. And they're all thriving. Well, surviving. Because I don't always remember to water them. And they're within reach of the rabbits. Okay, I found some more harvest that is hiding. There's some outdoor cucumbers. Let me show you. Here, I have some cucumbers planted. Look, there's a big curly one here. And is there any more than that? Oh, it looks like there's just one at the moment, but there are more forming. So I'm going to have to harvest that one. Here by the brassica tent, I forgot I put a cucumber plant in, and there's a cucumber there. Yep, that looks nice. Any other forgotten cucumbers? Don't think so. But then I've forgotten I planted that one by the brassica cage. No. No more there. I don't see any cucumber leaves here. So no. So near the tayberries and by the brassica tent. I love a bit of extra harvest. As long as I remember to harvest it before the wildlife gets it. So, not my best looking, but it's still producing. But with all this rain and then sun, then rain and then sun, the weeds have gone nuts. But the woven fabric has definitely helped keep things under relative control. So I am grateful for what I have, for being able to rent this land, and for the harvest I've taken so far, but it still needs some work. Thanks for watching. Bye for now.